Thank you everyone for being here today. Hopefully you can hear us, and I hope that after today we can get a little bit of sense about what we're doing here. I'm really excited to share this part of the next part of our chapter, and it's all about the Conscious Marketplace. So the Conscious Marketplace has come from I suppose, a desire for us not to be limited by our physical boundaries. Like, obviously we've got our 6 physical locations, but we've also, all of us have got very big messages to share to the world. And some of us have done that through online programs and products and whatever. And I wanted to create something that allowed us to take that out as well. So what you have signed up to, if you weren't aware of it, is your My Beta Tester. So I've been working with a guy called Mike to create this marketplace. And I'm going to show you in a minute a little bit about it. But please come with the view that it isn't perfect, and it may not even be perfect when we go live. The reason being is that it will take many, many, I suppose, versions before we get it exactly where we want it to be. So the group that has actually signed up for here is going to help me get it to at least, I still want it to be professional, but passable. There might be certain things that will make calls on that we will be okay for it to come into version 2 or version 3. It's more about us making sure we like the look and feel. We feel that it actually is easy to navigate. It does what we want it to do, and it also is professional. I've made a decision that even though the community platform that he's created allows us to do lots of things, including discussion threads and, creating little, like even to the point where I get emails sometimes from people wanting to know how they can carpool from Shore Harbour to the Blue Mountains. It's amazing the amount of emails I get from customers. And and this tool will be able for us to be able to do that. We'll be able to do little mini things that will allow people to be promoted to get to certain events and do carpooling, but we're not going to go down that for now. What I would like for the first version is for us to have a trading platform. A platform that will allow us to put our products and our services up. And from simplistic terms, and we've got to be honest here, we haven't got multi-million-dollar budgets, so it may not look as grand as the Etsy's and the natural therapies in day one, but it's that kind of functionality that if you've got products that you'll be able to upload them and sell them online, you'd be able to have a PayPal functionality to take money. You'll be able to connect to the social media platform of Facebook and promote it, and you'll be able to promote your profile. And if you've noticed on Gratitude Online, that will be for anyone that just does products, $20 a month and a percentage of sales when the thing is sold. For services, unfortunately, we're not yet at the prototype to show you this, but for services, it typically will be more like your natural therapies, where people are able to publish or promote at least up to 3 services. This will be a different pricing system because with products you actually have, one-off, you have transactional sales, whereas with services, really once they've met you, they're probably not going to come through the Conscious Marketplace again. So it's more like a promotional tool. So people will be able to promote their services, up to 3 services for $50 a month. And then if they've got a combination of product and services, then we've combined that to make it $60. So the maximum will be $60 a month for people to be able to use it with unlimited products and up to 3 services for their business. The difference here too is that before we go into it, you may or may, I'm going to share the screen for 2 seconds. You won't go straight to a website as such. You will go to the Gratitude. So the Gratitude Online website will be the one that gets promoted. And then effectively, they'll have a portal where they'll be able to go. I'm seeing if I can get it up. I thought I had it up. They'll actually have a portal where they can go in straight into the Conscious Marketplace. So from the front page will be exactly the same website as everything else. So similar to the Embrace festivals, that's got the portal there and that's what we're promoting, and then it goes to the Embrace website. The Conscious Marketplace will have the portal off there as well. So when I show you what the Conscious Marketplace looks like, don't assume it's a website, a standalone website. It's actually linked into this website here. In saying that, not only will we be promoting Gratitude Online, but for every transaction, people will have the ability to go upload things and then press that button and put it into Facebook. So the more interaction we have on Marketplace, the more promotion it actually gets. Because if you're promoting something on Facebook, people will go and see that. They'll then get on the Marketplace and they'll see it exists. So again, it works very much like our cooperative concept, in that the more we interact, the more energy that will come to it. So I said,
Deb, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So there'll be another URL to go straight to the Conscious Marketplace as well, instead of having to come to Gratitude Online homepage first and go in?
Not at the moment. Not unless we deem it to be necessary. No, it will be Gratitude Online.
But that will be the only place to get into it from that link there.
Look, if we feel that that is necessary, we will, but it will be at a cost of an additional page. It'll be another website, effectively. So I'm trying to create this in a way that I don't have to create another website if I can, that I just leverage this one. And it doesn't really matter. You know, to me, if we're promoting it well, it doesn't really matter where it sits. So if people just assume someone actually hits this portal, they would then come to this. Okay?
But that will have a URL too anyway, won't it? So
yeah. So it will have www.gratitudeonline/Conscious Marketplace.
Okay, so you can still go to that as well.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
You can. In actual fact, when you create your shop, you will also have Gratitude Online/Conscious Maketplace and then you will have your identifying number like you do with Etsy.
Okay.
So you'll be able to create your own shop.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so from the document that I put in and sent through to you today, we're going to do it in stages. The first week, if a week's enough for everybody, because I would love to be able to be in a position that this is up and running for the Central Coast. In saying that, this has been delayed already a little bit longer than I had hoped, and I'm a big believer. I'd rather go, you only have one chance to do a debut. So if we come through this and we think it's too risky, we won't launch at the Central Coast. But I thought that's potentially doable. If we feel that we can achieve that, then that's what we'll do. So the first week, so from now till, and I was going to suggest till next Thursday, I actually want us to focus on really evaluating it. And evaluating it means we're not actually going to be working with the transaction or the PayPal or anything like that yet. I really want us to look at the look and feel of the website, the ease of navigation, both from a customer point of view and from a business point of view. I want you to, in doing so, to set up your own profile. I want you to set up your shop and add as many items as you can. In fact, if you want to make some fake ones up just so you go for it, you go for it, because we can clean this out before we go live. But the more we can put in, the more of a marketplace we've got to play with. So when we come and actually start interacting as customers, the following stage, we'll have more things to buy. And then I've put in a proposed shipping costs, which we probably have to agree as a group. But for the first week, it's really evaluation. And once we actually evaluate it, if we feel that we want to go ahead with it, then the plan is that we'll put it on a live site that people can't access, but we can. So we can actually then test out the functionality on a live site. I will be giving you a dummy credit card number and you can go to town. You can set yourself up, you can buy things, all sorts of stuff, and we'll actually test out all those sort of functionalities. So by the time that we go live, we feel that it's okay with the look and feel, and we also know that on a live site we can actually accept payments. Yeah? So as I said, my time frame potentially could be considered tight, but I would like to get it done for April, but with the view that if we as a group say it's not ready, then we don't do live. Okay? How does everyone feel about that?
Good.
Okay.
I only have a problem is that I don't have communication with you, which is very difficult.
It is, Margie. I'm not quite sure. We'll have to work that out, why I can't get through to you. But you can communicate with everyone else. Maybe it's just me.
I know.
So, okay, so I'm going to quickly go through and just show you a little bit, but I don't want to go overboard, because part of the evaluation is that the ability to someone just to sign up and for it to be user-friendly enough for them to try it. In saying that, Mike, who has developed this, is very open for us to change whatever we think that doesn't change, obviously within reason. So one of the things, for example, he's using a word vendor. I don't, I'm not fussed on that word, so we could change that to something else. There's certain things that I don't particularly like. There's things that he's working on, but you might think of some ideas that he hasn't thought of yet. He's really, like, the beauty of working directly with the developer means that he is using us as a bit of a test case to hopefully in time create something that he can roll out to other people, and it works in a community as well. So, the disadvantage is that we're probably low base, and so we're going to build it up. The advantage is that the developers would be putting in. So, is everyone okay for me to just keep going?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is so hard to categorize our industry into 8 boxes, but I've done the best I can. And so if we want to dismantle these categories, it needs to be a really good reason why we can't work with this, because it took me quite some time to actually think about how to pull it all together. I'm going to go through each of them. Mind and body. In here, we've got aromatherapy, bath and beauty, fitness, meditation, qigong, yoga. And underneath that, say, for example, aromatherapy, you would then have all the different categories or subcategories as well. I'm just sort of saying bath and beauty's got skincare, hair, makeup, perfume. Do you see? So there's categories, and then there's categories within categories. So each of those categories there, say books, has got books, ebooks, card decks, DVDs, whatever, and then the books themselves go into health and wellbeing, spiritual, personal development, creative. Do you see what I mean? So have a look at the categories, the subcategories. We need to keep them as generic as we possibly can, because even though we could be quite specific in a certain area, we've got to make sure that it's generic enough for a lot of people to understand what it is. So if you can live within the category, that's great, but if there's a glaring one, then we'll see what we can actually do. On the top, we've actually got all of them, and down below you can see they've also got the filters. We've also got on this side my interests. So if people didn't want to go down that path, but they were interested in something, say let's pick gratitude, for example, then all of a sudden everyone that has actually put in something around gratitude would come up. Okay? So from a business perspective, here's happiness, here's abundance. So as you're putting things through, you'd go, what are the things that people would be interested in? Clarity, from an interest perspective. So they can search from an interest perspective, and they can also do from a category perspective. They can do it at the top, or they can do it on the side on the filter. So do
we put in the hashtag kind of stuff ourselves? Do we choose the hashtags?
Yeah, I'm going to show you in a minute. I'll show you in a minute. So I just want to show from a customer point of view, that's what they'll see. Now in here, see, Deborah, my profile, this is what you need to do. You need to set up your own profile. So here it is with the profile. You can put a little bit of a blurb of who you are. It gives you the ability to put your websites. You put your links in here. So, for example, I went to Facebook. That would take me to my Facebook account, my Twitter, my Instagram, my LinkedIn. So you can put all there. And then this actually shows you all the different items that I've created in my shop. Effectively, this is your profile, but it's also your shop. So your items are sitting in the big place, the big marketplace, but it also, if people wanted to, they could come straight to me and find out what things I do as well. Once, for example, I've actually done that, which I don't want to do for this week, but just so I show you, once I've actually, say I pick this one here, what hasn't come through but should is there'll be a buy now button. That buy now button would also be connected to your PayPal, and you could take payments and things like that for shipping. But at the same time, see here, this share and tweet, you can hit that. And once you've uploaded an item, it allows you to actually promote it in Facebook. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah. So this is what I mean. Like once we get the energy behind it, even though I'll be promoting on the Conscious Marketplace, the more we work on the marketplace and promote, the more someone's going to go, oh my God, I'll go and check this out. And then they're in the marketplace. Then they'll check out all the others. So we'll be helping each other get the energy in. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the first thing we need to do is you need to set up your profile.
Yep.
And then my account is just a dashboard. Okay. So these are the things that if we wanted to, we can change. This actually tells me what my email address is. At the moment, everyone's free membership. So you know how I said there's those 3 membership categories? At the moment, I'm not going to charge you for membership. So everyone's free. And that's what I meant with the way I see it here is that for this testing period, and then when we go live, I will still want a core group of people to work with me for a period of time to get it to the point where we're really comfortable. And so I'm happy for anyone that wants to stay in that steering group or that group, as long as they're proactive, as an exchange for them to get that free membership as they're being proactive and helping us shape it. Like obviously, I'm recording this for everyone that's not here as well. But if anyone was to consider that, I'd want input and show. I wouldn't want you just to have your name down for the name's sake. Do you mean it needs to be proactive? But you might choose, look, I've had enough of doing that, and that's okay. And then we would reset that back to you then deciding what membership you want. But for now, it's a free membership. This also tells me any orders that I've received and any requests and how many items I have. So it's like a dashboard. The next one is so that's my profile. This is my dashboard on my shop. So this tells me I'm connected to PayPal, how many active orders. I'll come to shipping in a minute, but what my items are, what I've received and whatever. And then in my contacts, this would be the people I'm connecting with, any messages I receive and any notifications. But if you want to add an item, you actually come here. See this button here, add items? You hit add items. You put in, so I don't know, what do we want to put in? What do we want to actually have as an item? I've got your organites. Julie, how about that?
Yep, do that.
Okay, so organites I'm not going to write it properly, I'm sure, but organites, testing. I'll delete it later so it doesn't matter. So we probably, even if we just went New South Wales, Sydney, New South Wales, Australia, I don't know, do we want to put $88? And I'll put mine in just up for the ease. So you put your contact details there. Actually, that's not that. That's my email. Put my email here. On the contact, if I have a special offer, 2 for 1 or something else that's going on in your shop or whatever, then I might want to put in my website. Yeah, so you save that. Then I'm going to decide what category is this. So I put yours into spiritual and energetic products. So we would hit that. Now that should come up with subcategories and it hasn't. So this is the things that we will pick up in our testing. But let's say we'll do crystal. No, actually the subcategory is crystals. We'll do crystals. Now what would we like to have as an interest, Julie? Abundance, energy, motivation, happiness,
relax, anxiety, stress.
Yep.
Is there a certain amount you can have?
As many as you like.
Spiritual connection.
Yep. Okay. And then up here, you can actually put in your image. Let's see if I can find you here quickly. energetic products.
I see Qigong is not actually listed there next to yoga. Is that what it's supposed to be?
It's hang on for a moment, Margie, but Qigong has been added. I took on your advice to add it, so it's in there. Okay, I'm just going to put this in first. Now, if you wanted to, that's thinking. See this little button here? If you wanted to, you could put several images in. Oh, it's just gone. That's not good. Isn't that the way? Okay.
Crashing.
No, we're not crashing. It's worked all the time. So we're going to just get back in there and see what happens. Okay. So what do you think? Well, what do you guys think while I'm doing this? What are you thinking so far?
It's great.
It's good.
Yeah, I like
Does it feel
Is the membership the $50 a month?
It will be, yes.
Or the 20 or the 50 or the 60, whatever it is?
It depends. So this is what, for example, there's been a few offers that have been given to people. So the people that have been in the magazine, for example, they got 3 months included into this. So they get 3 months as part of the package. So when we go ahead with our magazine, you would get 3 months automatically in this as well. And you don't add them. So, you know, I don't want someone to sit there and go, well, I got 3 months of the magazine and this and whatever. But if someone wasn't in the magazine, but they were part of Embrace Life, I give them a month, again, complimentary to test it out. And we also, as I said, at the moment, the group that decides to work with me on this, they would get an exchange as well. But apart from those, people can then choose to either do products, which is $20 a month, and then there's a percentage of what gets sold, or there's $50 for services. And that's all outlined on the website. Okay, so let's see if this works this time.
Deb, what did you do with the gratitude URL? What's that?
That's your
same each
website.
time? Okay.
Yeah, you've got to save the URL and you just put that in and then your website will go onto it.
So we do that each time, do we? The same thing?
And it could be that that's something we ask them to see if they can send through to the shop. These are the little things that we can work through as we're working through things. That's what I mean. Like I've got it to a certain point, but I thought there's no point me creating a marketplace without people that are going to use it putting their input into it. So now you save, yeah?
I was just thinking if it's the same thing each time, then sure they can automate it.
Yep. And these, yeah, exactly. So that's saving that. Let's see how that takes. Bet you that's a big image that I've used. No? See now here, it comes up with, do you want to share this on Facebook? Do you want to tweet it? Do you want to add any more? Or are you finished? So we're going to finish, just so you can see it. Now see how the website goes on there, Julie? That actually would take you to your website. And if it was PayPal connected, it would have a pay now there. It also has the category, subcategory, and all the interest there. And again, you can share and tweet if you like. Yep. If we were to go back, because we put that into spiritual and connections, there's Julie's image now.
So if we don't have a website, can it just be left off?
Yeah. Oh, I'm not quite sure. I'd be suggesting maybe you'd put a Facebook page or something like that.
We could say Facebook.
Yeah.
Or something. Options maybe.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So that's it. So that is what it is at this stage. As I said, we can build on it going forward to do discussion threads, forums, whatever we decide we want our community to be able to do. It'd be great to create it so people think it instantly, let's get onto the Conscious Marketplace to do X, Y, Z. But for the first phase, I thought, let's just get the functionality where it needs to be. So for services, I would like it a little bit different than this, but they're still working out the way that will be done. But that's how products work. Okay, so from that perspective, as I said, for this week, if we could just get on there, have a play, do the look and feel, as Julie's just noted there, note anything that you think, gee, this would be nice if we could do this, or this would be nice if we could do that. Nothing's off the table, so nothing silly. The whole point of your input is that it's a marketplace we'll create, but just in the view that some things may be able to be done, some things mightn't be able to done. Some might be able to done, but not for version 1. And that's where our testing thing would be. So one of the things I sent was a link to the Google spreadsheet. Did everyone get that? Except for Paul Markey?
Yeah.
Got that.
Okay, so if I go into here, I sent you, it's always tricky when I've got Zoom in trying to get this done. Okay, so I think I set up the Conscious Market spreadsheet. So in that document I sent you, there was a link to this. So whenever you find something...
Is that, what date, was that yesterday's email?
Yeah. There was a document that I sent through to you. Did it? Who didn't get it?
There was about 3 pages, wasn't it, Deb?
So Radhika, you didn't get it either. Okay, I can resend it. That's not a problem. I'll resend it because I've obviously recorded tonight for people as well. But if I could just explain to you, you will have a link which will be a Google document. And if you haven't done IT projects before, this is the way that we will capture all your ideas. So when you have an idea, as you can see, I've already started, just to give you some examples so you know what it looks like. So we're up to already 14. So we could have many, many ideas. That's not a problem. You put the by whom, so put your initials. I'll come back to the minute about what you think the priority is. Status, he's either open or done. And I color code them because if I think it's open, still open, but it's a red flag, it needs to be done before we open. I put a bit of a red there just to let him know. And comments is basically either we'll have a discussion or Mike, who's our developer, will give us an update on it. So as you can see, some of the things I did today when I was testing, there was 3 or 4 things that I've captured. They're all open and I haven't had a chance to speak to Mike, but I caught up with Mike last week. So there's some things, a progress there. Does that all make sense with people?
Yep.
Yeah.
So the definition, which is in the document, severe means a bug. Means there's something that's not working, a link's not working, it needs to be fixed. Without it, this marketplace can't function. So please don't use it for, I really want it. Severe doesn't mean I really, really want it. Severe means this marketplace can't work without it. High, high means, again, yes, Liz?
So if I find something and I type it in, then you and everyone else in the group sees it?
Yep. This document link is a live document that we all should be able to edit.
Okay.
And this is what I'm thinking what we could do is we meet up next week is we'll go through the things that people are capturing, and hopefully I would have spoken to Mike beforehand, and we'll see where he's at, and we'll make a decision if we're comfortable to go into phase 2. Phase 2 would be taking it onto the live site and then starting using the PayPal functionality and basically trading on the marketplace. But this week is just about the look and feel, the functionality, and just getting you comfortable with the ease of navigating through it. And picking up things like Julie did, saying, why couldn't we do this? Or You know, as I said, the vendor word to me, I don't know if vendor's a word that we would be comfortable with. Should we change it for something else? You know, is the colour the right colour, or do we think a better colour? Do you mean like those sort of look and feel navigation from a customer point of view and from your point of view as a business owner? But from this perspective, I just want to explain these 4 things. So severe is bug. High means we will not allow it to go live until this is fixed. Medium says it's important, but we could go live as long as we know that Mike's going to be working in the background over the next week or 2 and it will be done in a couple of weeks. Low, which I don't think I've put in there yet. Low is it's not going to break the marketplace. We can go live. Maybe we could put it into version 2. Say, for example, the carpooling thing. It's a great idea, but it's something I might put into the versions that are coming down the track rather than actually needing to be done now. Does that all make sense? So we're capturing everything. So you might have a different priority than I do. So then I think also our conversations will be understanding. If you put down severe, and in my head I think it's more a low, then we need to understand why you're seeing it as severe or vice versa, and we'll agree on what that priority is. Okay. Because this will be our document at the end of the day that we will say, yep, let's go to go to live, and then, yep, let's go live. Okay. So does that all make sense to people?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah? All clean as mud? So I know that's a lot of information, but I wanted to, I'm going to stop sharing now. So I will, once this recording's done, I'll send it out to all the people who said they want to be part of it. So you'll get a recording of this. I will reattach the document that I gave to everybody, which also has the Google link that will take you to that document I just showed you. And I was going to ask if people were okay with this time for next week.
Yeah, I think so.
At this stage.
Standard time. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so that just makes it easy. We just make this time 7 o'clock next week. That gives you a week. And as I said, just go in there and play. Go in there like exactly what we would expect a customer or someone that doesn't even know our community. Imagine someone over in the UK or the US or whatever stumbling upon us and going in there. So not knowing anything about us. That's okay if you don't know either, because that to me means that's really good. That means that's how they're going to see it. So is it easy to navigate? Doesn't make sense. Okay. And then from a category perspective, now, Maggie, you said about Qigong. For me, Qigong is in there. So Qigong I put into body and mind.
I looked on that list. It wasn't there.
Yep, I'll show you.
Oh, maybe it was there.
God bless you.
I saw yoga, but I didn't see Qigong.
I know. You, Maggie, do you think I would ever do that twice to you, not have Qigong there? Hang on for a minute. Hang on for a minute. There's no way in the world I'd do that twice. You've got.
I just have to keep looking, love.
Yeah, you do, because it is there. But I'm going to show you. I'd like to say that I've listened to you. See here, body and mind. Do you see this? Bath, fitness, meditation, Qigong. It's even above yoga.
Wow.
There you go.
So that's alphabet. Oh, it's not. Okay, so that's alphabetical. Okay. I saw Qigong. I mean, I saw yoga, but not Qigong. Okay. It's above it.
You've got
Thank you, my darling.
Not a problem. Now, both Qigong and yoga haven't got subcategories at the moment, but what I thought we could do is we could just use it as a category, and these are the things that we can refine as a category gets bigger. You know, I might make a call to go, this needs to now be subcategories. For example, one of the things that I find quite interesting is, look at wellness services.
Yeah.
and that's not even half of it. So
that's going to grow. That's going to grow.
So I've put down there is there possibility that we could do like a subcategory of an alphabet and then do A and then do B, or Do you know, group?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure if we could do it, but that's the best I could do. But it's
That's okay.
Qigong's in there too, Maggie. I've put it in twice for you.
Body code.
Actually, Deb, I think that's okay, because if you put it alphabet, then you have to know what you're looking for.
Yeah, true. That's very true. But the other thing, I have a look at it, because I reckon even between the 5 or 6 of us, we'll go, oh, it's missing that. Oh, it's missing that. Do you know what I mean? So it's just, we've got so many things in our industry. It's really tough. But that's the best I could do for now. I'm going to stop sharing. Okay, so everyone's quite quiet. And you're the first people that have seen it.
Well, we're just letting you talk.
Oh, okay. I would like now to stop and just get your feedback, your initial feedback. Do you think we're on the right track?
Yes.
Debs, I think you're absolutely amazing. I mean, I think it's a great opportunity for everybody, and it'll be a massive marketplace as people.
It'd be good for us to find all you as well. Like for me, like I'm thinking, wow, this is going to be really good, because now I can access all you guys in the one place as well. So I can get to know you guys and your products, and, that's really good.
Yeah. Radhika, what do you
I think it's fantastic. Well done, Deb.
Thanks, Liz.
Debs, can I ask a question? Where is your what do you envisage is your target market as a customer?
My target market or our target market as a community?
Well, yeah, as a community, yeah.
Look, I think it's going to be at least, I think it might even extend us into the younger group, because it's going to be online, and it could go up to at least 55, 60. It's pretty much the people that are connecting with us now on Facebook. It's the conscious consumer that is looking for a place to go where they can trust the people that they're connecting with.
You okay, gorgeous?
And so that it's no different than our current target market, which is like 30 to 55 plus.
So sorry, I should have been more clarified. I'm talking about the countries. You mentioned UK and US and so on.
I'm not even going to limit us. I'm going to see where it takes us. I think the beauty of this is that once we get online, we'll see where it takes us. Like even when we did the online summit, we picked up 11 countries. So who knows who will meet, who will connect with it, how it will spread. That's the beauty of us being online.
Yeah.
So the technology there makes it quite challenging as to what currency you're going to set your marketplace in. I mean, this is this journey I've already been on.
Oh,
are you going to set it in Australian dollars, or are you going to set it in American dollars?
But doesn't PayPal transfer?
Yeah, I was going to say it doesn't matter what currency, because even if it's AUD, whoever is paying, they just pay equivalent in their currency.
By PayPal. Yeah.
But it makes a difference to your pricing, to your product pricing.
Well,
definitely makes a difference to whatever the currency is set at. It makes a difference.
Well,
and there's a real issue when it comes to postage. Whether the site is going to be including postage or postage free.
No.
Or you're going to have, because when you start adding postage, it's a huge nightmare.
Okay, so we will be adding postage, and one of the things that I didn't share, and I don't, we will be adding postage, and there is a shipping component. I'm just seeing if I can find it quickly. And I think I alluded it at the start that I think we as a group need to decide what our defaults are. But Margie, at the same time, it will depend on each business as to if they want to be just Australian based or overseas, and it'll be up to them like any other platform. They'll have to work through the issues that you've worked through. So I'm not going to limit it, but I think every business owner will have to work through what they're comfortable to do. So as you've seen that there's that location, you know, you could say, I only post to Australia wide. You could have no international postage in there, which means that, you know, I've gone to many US platforms where I love the product, but they don't ship to Australia. So a business can make that decision, or a business could say, I'm seeing a lot coming from this particular country. I'm going to create a way to get in there and investigate what they want to do in that postage. So the platform allows you to do whatever shipping options you want. PayPal will allow you whatever currency you want, and then it's up to the business to decide where they want to play.
And how does it work with GST?
You put your GST rate in, so that it actually asks you for your GST in the system. So when you
what if you're not registered for GST?
Well, if you're not registered for GST, don't put GST in until you're GST registered business.
Okay.
So you need to, when you're setting up your profile, you need to actually put in your ABN and then your GST rate.
Okay.
So
very interesting.
All these platform things, they're not platform issues, they're business issues. They're about where people are in their business and where they want to grow their business. But the platform allows you to have that flexibility. So, you know, for me, I am GST registered. So it prompted, you know, I say I'm GST registered in Australia. It prompts me what my rate is. That's already put into the system. I then decide what shipping I want to do or I don't want to do. I make sure that pricing's there. That is the default that people can use if they want to use mine, but they can change that. And they can also change, as I said, they might just say, I only ship in New South Wales, or I only do Australia-wide. I don't give express. I only do standard. Like, they're all the things that people can choose, and the platform allows you to have that flexibility. Yeah. But good, healthy questions there, Margie. And I, you know, I'd love for you to help me with getting at least the right default at the start, because they're explanations that probably a lot of people will be thinking about when they're putting their stuff together. Okay. Do I need to give any clarity for you as to what you need to do from now till next week?
So can we access that the Conscious Marketplace through the website, or
yeah, so
through a different link that you've sent us?
Yeah, so in that document that actually has the link that will take
the document we're going to get.
Yeah, well, some of you've got it and some of you haven't, so I'm going to send it.
Okay.
But I sent through a 2-page document.
Can I ask a really stupid question?
No, I don't like stupid questions, but you can ask me one.
Now, if I'm not getting your emails, is there a way that maybe we blocked by mistake? How can we unblock it if it's blocked? Or I don't know. I can't think of another reason why I can't receive your email.
I don't know.
Has it gone to your spam or something, Maggie?